Hi there, this is Toby Green and you're listening to The Green Room with Tom Green and Jacob Gaynor. Stay tuned.
Oh, coffee's for a week for that, mate.
Oh, Tom.
Jacob.
Before we say anything,
Yes.
let's listen to this.
Not quite. I'm just trying to take this off here. I've got an ice pack on my calf, and now it's sort of
Not
falling
everyone
apart.
watches. For the benefit of those listening, Tom is
and,
taking
you
an
know,
ice pack off his calf.
That weird
He's
screeching
fine.
noise in the
He's
background.
fine. It's not that sore.
No, it's not at all. It's not that sore at all. It's very precautionary. I just got a knock on it today at training. Just doing everything right to make sure that's all good.
4 to 6 weeks. It's fine.
Well, I thought it was fine. That was not me. You know me, Jacob. I would never deliberately, knowingly lie to our wonderful listeners. But yeah, it's turned out it wasn't just a knock. It was a little bit more, which is disappointing. I genuinely thought it was a knock. I end up with knocks in my calves most weeks, I'd say. And so that's initially what it started like. Did I hurt it a bit more at, when that first sort of happened? I'm not sure. Was it because of training after that? I'm not sure if I already had it or... Short answer is I'm not too certain about how it came about, but it didn't quite feel right. That was Wednesday we filmed.
Yep.
We trained Friday. Yeah, it was Wednesday we filmed and we trained Friday.
And that's when it turned bad.
And then Friday's when I sort of knew it was probably a little something more serious. Went and got a scan on Saturday, and unfortunately it's come back with a bad result. But
Did you have any inkling? When you got the scan back, were you like, wow?
No, I knew. Well, I mean, I was hoping it wasn't going to be 6 weeks.
Because I came up to you when you went off and you gave, and to be fair, hard work because everyone asks you the same question.
Yeah. I was playing a pretty straight bat.
You were pretty
man.
confident.
Yeah, well, I wasn't certain. If I was honest, I was probably putting on a bit of a front then because I just thought, who knows? I'm not too certain, but my guess is the fact that it hasn't gotten any better, really warmed up that well is my guess. It's probably something a little bit more, but I'll save it on that. And then as I cooled down that Arvo, walking around, I thought, I reckon there's something here. And then it came back. So yeah, we'll wait and see. It's a little bit dependent on how my recovery goes, but everything I've done today, I was on the bike, I've hopped in the pool and sort of tested out a little bit and some weights and stuff, and it's been all good so far. So you never know. They say 4 to 6 weeks is, it's a conservative guess. It's obviously a big range too, and but the reality is it's just on how it sort of progresses, and so far it's progressing, I'd say, as well as you could possibly hope. So I think what is likely. And this is
a big call.
No, this is in all transparency for all Giants fans. What is likely is that I'll miss opening round and round 1 against the Demons, and then we've got our bye, and I'll be back after that.
Two games you don't want to miss.
Yeah, they're 2 games I really don't want to miss. I don't want to miss any games. I never want to miss any. It's really annoying.
But opening round and then MCG.
Yeah, it's seriously frustrating that it's come.
And it now puts back that milestone derby.
It ends up being, I've checked though, it ends up being Freo at Engie. So, well, I mean,
Freo. Bit of a nothing. Bit of a nothing team.
Okay, can that be our clip then? Are you going to clip that up for yourself?
Did you see them last week? They didn't try.
Okay, surely you've got to be clipping that. That's got to be the clip.
No, we'll clip whatever you say.
But yeah, I think tentatively I'll just miss the first 2 weeks. This is obviously, without any setbacks. Would I like to get back quicker than that? And I'll be doing absolutely everything I can. Yeah, I would. And so I'll be trying to. But in all transparency to Giants fans, I would expect that I'll just miss opening round and round 1. We've then got our bye, and then I'll be back for Hawthorn at Launceston.
Big game.
Yeah, it's exciting. But I think, like I said, it's as disappointing as it is. It could have happened in the middle of the year and I missed 4 to 6 games. And so I suppose in that little way, you got to look for the bright side and all this stuff. There's certainly worse things happening in the world, and I could also miss more games than just 2.
Great way of putting it. It got out very quick.
Yeah, it did. I wondered about that.
We talked about it briefly, and we were like, we'll break it.
Yeah. I thought I was going to be able to use this podcast as something to break it.
Nope.
Yeah, apparently not. Josh Gablich, I don't know how he's tapped in.
I don't know how they all get it so quick.
I didn't hear from... I have an inkling as to how he might have gotten it. I don't want to go on the record with that.
We'll talk off air.
Yeah, just in case I'm wrong, and I don't want to speculate in the way that I would. I have an inkling. I don't know for certain, but yeah, I don't know Josh that well. I've met him a few times, obviously around, and he seems like a lovely guy.
Very lovely guy.
Yeah. But I'm not too sure how he knew that because as far as I was aware as well, you know, the journalists that were here, you were just sort of, nah, it's fine. Yeah, he's all good. Yeah.
So what's wrong with him? Oh,
It's him being soft, actually. Yeah.
That new boot blister. You know? He just doesn't want to risk himself.
See, I don't know how that one got out, but it did break pretty quickly. But I mean, it was probably going to come out reasonably soon. You know, I wouldn't have been able to take part in our match sim that we've got this Friday against the Swans, and so I assume at some point it would have come out. But it did get out quite quick.
But the good news is, you can still come to Canberra next week.
Not only can I will be. I will be in Canberra. Woo! So I'm going to be there for all the exciting things that we get up to in Canberra, which will be really good. The club visits, school visits, all that sort of stuff. Mm-hmm. Showing everyone around town the famous Melanie Green Cook Fest up at ours. I think everyone's going to come over and enjoy, which will be really good. And then, be able to cheer on the boys against Carlton. So as much as I'd love to be out there, I still will be making my way back to God's country.
I can't wait.
It is going to be good. Have you been back home recently?
The last time would have been your birthday when we went for fifth quarter camps.
Yep, true.
That was
an in and out trip. You didn't get to enjoy, did you?
Even over Christmas, I probably wasn't there too long to really
soak it all up,
settle in and enjoy.
Yeah.
You know? So this time, I'm at the hotel though the whole time, so I'm not really gonna get too comfortable. You know, it doesn't really feel like home.
Yeah,
Still traveling a little bit. Yeah. Obviously, I'll make the trek to mum and dad.
You've got your own space though.
I've got my own space. You know, just closer to everything.
Yep.
Get to do everything. Really excited.
Yeah, it will be good.
Yeah. Now, before we get into anything else, I'm thinking of a new segment, working title. Something to do with news.
Yep.
Okay, so after our conversation yesterday, I really want to just I feel like we get structured too quickly and we go intro, questions,
just roll through whatever,
red light, green light, and we did every episode's the same.
Yeah.
I want to talk about what's trending.
Yeah.
I want to get ourselves into trouble. Maybe not trouble.
Yeah. You want to get into trouble? Sure. I
want to see you get in trouble because I know they won't fire you.
They might.
I could be as good as gone. You're protected.
I don't know about that.
So we could just see how far can we take this year. So we've also got this amazing sound. Ready?
Well, there's a big sound from the west of the town.
Bang, and then we hit headlines.
Yeah, that could be really cool.
I think
we
works.
might, if we do that as well, might have to present with whatever the headline is. You have to turn and face the camera and present it.
Presenting news.
Yeah, exactly. No, well,
the Gold Coast Suns have again been hacked.
Yeah, well, when it's just bang, and then the Gold Coast Suns have again been hacked on their Meta account. I feel like you have to present that to the camera.
Yep, I like
the way
it.
that sounds. But yeah, one thing I want our listeners, and I hope our listeners understand and know, is that this podcasting, it's a lifestyle. It's not something you can turn on and off. So yesterday, Jacob and I, we're making phone calls back and forth all day. How can we improve the podcast?
If you think we just rock up.
Yeah. If you just think we just...
you are mistaken.
If you are so short-sighted to think that we rock up and just, wing it, don't come prepared. You're kidding yourself.
You're idiots.
Yeah. So we were making calls yesterday about that, and I think that maybe there is space for us to, as you said, whether it's more conversational pieces, whether there's also, can we, break some club news on here? Can we use the podcast for that?
I really want to. Don't think we'll be allowed.
Yeah.
Depends on the news.
Yeah, I think it does depend on the news.
Potentially we break news the club doesn't know yet.
Yeah, before they
know,
but
bang.
They find out off the podcast as well, as everyone else does.
Guess what? Jacob resigned.
Yeah.
Did you listen to the podcast?
Well, I'm all just guess, you just hear about contract news, tell me, we just break it, and then all of a sudden everyone else finds out.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know it was out. Yeah. We could try that.
I think we should try that.
Because some contracts... No, I'm joking. I'm getting close to re-signing.
But yeah, there is a little bit of space to expand the podcast. And one thing that, again, I'll extend the invitation to all In the Groom listeners and viewers. Mm-hmm. Make sure you're sending in. If there is something that you'd like to see us do, make sure you send that in and let us know, because I think that we like to hear, we like to do whatever you guys want to see, want to hear. Mm-hmm. And so if that's something that you want to there's a segment you think we should do, let us know because we'll happily buy into it. One thing I think we should do again this year is probably nothing. Don't put a tattoo on the line, but I think there
I've
should
learned my
be.
lesson. It should be a challenge.
We should do another challenge like that. I think that was really good last year. What candid was fantastic.
Well, shout out Speedo.
Yeah, another shout out Speedo. Who was the other one we were shouting at semi-regularly?
Aperol.
Yeah.
They didn't really buy in, so I'm not going to shout them
We
out.
won't shout them out.
I'm going to shout out Speedo.
I'm certainly going to shout out Speedo.
They bought in.
Shorties are still on sale,
Shorty's
I believe,
still on
aren't
sale.
they? Yeah, all good rebels.
All the good rebels. My face is still out there somewhere.
So, yeah, I think something like that. We're going to have to find the sport, whatever that may be, but we'll find something, and I've just got to get this calf right, and we'll...
That limits us for a little bit.
Yeah, for the next
What could it be? Well, we talked about briefly over the summer when we were engaging with the Sydney Thunder, potentially a cricket challenge.
Yeah, I think
I feel like it would have to be fielding because you're quite a handy cricketer.
Yeah, it could be good either way.
Got bigger mitts too.
Yeah. One thing I think if we wanted to continue to engage Speedo, we could do I think,
dive.
Yeah, people would like to see us dive. I think. I'm not saying that we're going to do heaps of flips and whatever, but I think that...
I don't think we can do any flips on purpose.
Well, I can do some flips.
Like a back. I don't think that's getting ticked off either.
We're not
By the
ticking it off.
performance stuff.
I'm not asking
Hey, I know
kingers.
the calf's a little dodgy.
No, I'm saying
thinking
not-
of jumping off a 15-metre springboard.
I'm not saying now. I certainly won't be jumping off a 15-metre springboard.
Yeah, how high would you go? 10 metres is like 5 metres is pretty scary.
Nah, I can dive off a 5-metre.
10?
I've never jumped off a 10-metre. I've jumped off some high things that weren't measured though. Like I've gone
rocks and cliffs.
Yeah, whatever. Which King is also doesn't
know.
need to know about.
Doesn't listen.
Doesn't know about.
Doesn't want to
need
come
know
on.
about. Yeah. We'll get him on though. But
No, he did agree. He also wants us to pay him.
yeah, that isn't happening.
I said, you best believe this podcast making no money.
But I think that we could, Speedo. I think they'd be happy to jump on board again. With
100%.
If we got
I
into
actually
maybe,
have to do a post
maybe
for them.
a diving competition or something like that. Where
Diving
again,
would be pretty funny.
yeah, and I think there's just a lot of there's room for people to laugh at us.
Plenty of room for that.
Yeah,
If we do a diving
exclusively
competition,
room for that.
I guarantee you people are laughing at us.
Yeah, well, because I don't know about you, I'm not going to look graceful.
We saw you dive into a pool for a race. You didn't look good.
I looked a bit tight there.
You looked
I mean, what I was wearing
average.
was
I looked the part.
what I was wearing
Couldn't deliver.
was ridiculously tight.
Oh, so funny.
Yeah.
At least you didn't break a wet swimsuit. I broke one trying to get into it. These
They're
big quads, mate.
They're expensive too.
I don't want to talk about the price.
We probably shouldn't brainstorm podcast ideas live on air, should we?
No, we should probably talk more in private.
Yeah.
We just wasted. Well, I'm having a good time.
Yeah, they can come along with us for the ride. So again, let us know if you want to see Jacob and I diving. Let us know.
But before we get into questions,
Yeah.
a few things to talk about. We did mention the Gold Coast got hacked
Yeah.
again today,
Again today.
Again.
With what?
twice. The same weird videos on Facebook
Yeah,
of like
right.
coconut cutting, penguins dancing to Kendrick. Not
Random
bad content
stuff.
though.
Yeah. Yeah. I did see.
Maybe it's a new strategy.
Shout out. Actually, another shout out. I've got a couple of shout outs to give today. But my first one I'll go to
for
is the Instagram account Forgotten Stars. Fantastic account. Very, very funny.
We shouted them out before.
I don't know if we've shouted them out before. They post a lot of
Great
funny
account.
content though. Yeah.
Great account.
Take the piss out of me quite regularly. Get around you quite regularly, which I can't necessarily
My
back.
favourite account.
Yeah.
Who is your favourite footy account? Go.
Well, I would say them. They're just funny. Because some footy accounts I think are just either off the mark or they're trying to be too serious, and I think they're very funny.
I'll go top 3.
Dan
I'll
does
go-
footy's very good as well.
Yeah, I'm off him.
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
actually really off him.
is this
I
'cause of
really
Carlton's
like. I
song?
really like Ollie.
Yeah.
Dan's. I'm off him.
Yeah, right.
He just hasn't really provided much for me. Third best song. Did you see that? Carlton.
So
I've got a soft spot for their
Mara's
song because it was our Mara song. Not top
Weekly
3.
shout out to Marist.
Not top 3. I'll go top 3 AFL pages. Sench Footy's one.
Yep. Yep.
Unbelievable.
Massive shout,
Shout
out
out
to
to Bill.
Cinch Footy.
And then we've got, you probably go Forgotten Stars second.
Yeah, very good as well.
Third, Punt Road Post. Punt Road Post. I think that's how it's pronounced. They're great videos. Shout out to them. And then, yeah, probably Dan, I guess. Gets a
That was a top
fourth.
4.
He gets a 4th place. He's not on the podium.
There's good content. There's certainly a lot more content coming out. You could say, Jacob, you're potentially a pioneer of this sort of space.
Wouldn't say potentially.
Instead of going for the humble, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say
I wouldn't
potentially.
say potentially, mate. I'm the reason these people have careers. Just kidding.
He's not though.
No, I'm blushing. No, there are some seriously good,
Yeah, they are good. But
creators out
Forgotten
there.
Stars. Why was I shouting them? Oh, they
They
were.
rip into you.
Yeah, but they were also. I saw that they were going on about the
The Gold Coast hacking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they actually like.
They were getting into you a little bit, saying that's proper good content. They were saying AG
Yeah.
was Giants is proper good content.
Yeah.
So.
A lot of people thought we hacked them, which would be quite funny, but I wouldn't do that.
Well,
I've been close.
Could you? How could you hack
No,
them?
so at the AFLW draft late last year, you know what? This is a story.
Yeah,
This
is
is
a great
why I
one.
don't like Collingwood.
Just by the way, I would pay. Well, I'd love to see you get a hold of Collingwood's Instagram account just for 6 hours and just what you could post.
Give me 6 minutes. You would be surprised. No, so we went to the AFLW draft, and there's a media section where all the clubs media sit, and we were there first because our flight got in so early. We put our bags down, and then we're like, we'll go talk to the recruiting team, and who are we going to pick and do some research. Put our bags down, laptops on the table, front row, prime posse, Giants number 1. Go
Would have been
upstairs.
nice if you could have told me this for the male draft, by the way, who we were going to draft.
Yeah, they weren't in the room. I couldn't ruin it. That was great content. Come back downstairs about 20 minutes later. Collingwood are just sitting where our stuff is. They've just disregarded it, seen some Giants bags and gone, nah. There's 2 of us, about 15 of them. But fine, we'll move. We're outnumbered. Then we take our bags. The only spot left is next to the Swans. Not our biggest fans. So we sit next to the Swans. Lovely people, by the way. Sit next to the Swans, and then they have a pick, and their player gets picked. So they get up, go get some content. Left their laptop open with the Swans Twitter account just sitting there. It took every part of me
That's some serious self-restraint.
I was proud of myself, but then also disappointed.
Yeah. Why didn't you just succumb?
Do you reckon
and
I'd
tweet
get
something?
fired?
Yes.
Do you reckon?
Yep. Well, it depends what you tweet.
But if I just tweeted we choked again, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Or anyone want to watch the grand final replay? Haha. Something subtle.
Well, it's not really subtle.
It's not subtle.
In
but
and of itself, it's not that bad in terms of what you say, but
I think the Swans would get quite mad.
They could take it places of, violation of security and, privacy and all this sort of stuff that I think
yeah. I'd get it.
not only could they take it there, I think knowing that you did it, they would.
Yeah, you're right. Remind me later. I've got a story for you off air.
Great. Unfortunately, it sounds like the people today are going to miss out on a lot of content off air.
Yeah. We should start a private podcast.
Yeah, a separate one away from the club and get some sponsors. You and I know who.
We know who.
Yeah.
No rules. That'd be fun.
Well, last shout out. I've got one more shout out to give
sorry.
before we move on briefly.
Mhm.
Last week I shouted out Max Hayes, Chook's mate, who's also a manager.
Yep. Beautiful
lovely
wedding over
guy.
the weekend.
Yeah, got married at Redleaf. Looked fantastic, by the way. Looked
It's
incredible.
The best location ever.
Yeah, looked amazing. So shout out to him and his partner, his now wife. They looked like they had a fantastic wedding. But one of Chook's mates, Ferg, was really flat that I didn't give him a shout out as well. He's quite disappointed. So
Sorry, Ferg.
maybe we can clip this up and
Send it to Ferg.
Not even send it to Ferg. I might post it on my Instagram. Just give a little shout out to Ferg. He looked like he had a fantastic time at the wedding, and he's actually said, not only was I so, really missed it, the wedding just gone, but I think he's already promised me a spot in his bridal party. So,
Wow.
is one of the groomsmen. So I think that I'm looking forward to that, wherever he decides to get married.
So he's got a partner?
Yeah, he does.
Okay,
yeah,
that helps.
Chook says they're madly in love. I think it's his first girlfriend as well.
Oh, so
But
he's
they've
one
been
and
together
done.
for 5 months, and they're absolutely
5 months
mad.
and he's partying.
They're,
He's
they're
planning his
madly in love.
bridal party.
Yeah, he's promised me that. He hasn't used his words to promise me that yet, but sort of in action, and
I think it's pretty romantic if we clip this
yeah,
and put out into the world that he's already thinking about a wedding 5 months in.
yeah, he is. He's
Or
thinking
she'll
about
run.
He's thinking about a wedding. He had a fantastic time at Max's wedding, just gone, and so it made him think about a wedding of his own. And he's included myself in the bridal party. So, shout out to Ferg. Shout out to Max Hayes for his wedding on the weekend. Shout out to Ferg. I'm sorry I missed you last weekend, mate. And really looking forward to being a part of your bridal party whenever that time comes, and undoubtedly soon.
Love that. Drake,
Yes,
you went twice.
I did.
How was it?
Fantastic both times. He was.
Apparently he just gives away a lot of money.
He did do that. He really did do that. Some guy proposed to his girlfriend, so he's now fiance, and Drake said, we'll get in contact with you, and wherever you want to go, whatever you want to do for your honeymoon, we'll pay for it all. And here's $25,000. So
25,000.
yeah, as well as a fully
Imagine just being able to
expenses
go,
paid fully.
How do
fully
they
paid
get
for.
the money?
Again, I assume that post the concert or something like that, Drake's going to get in contact with them, or they'll
Like,
they've
here's a
gotta
person that goes in the crowd.
yeah, they'll go to someone and get in contact with them, and they'll sort all that business out. But yeah, he was fantastic both nights. I'm a big Drake fan.
I did hear.
I've gotta
I
be
had an
honest.
inside source.
Yeah.
You're quite the dancer.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
That's
I've
nice
heard.
to hear. I don't know. Well, again, off air, you'll probably have to disclose your source, but
We got to stop promising this off-air content.
yeah, it's that's nice to hear. I absolutely loved it. The thing is, right, I'm quite conflicted because I'm a big Kendrick fan as well as a big Drake fan, and so that's why their beef at the minute, it conflicts me. But yeah, Drake was fantastic. I've also seen both of them live now as well, and at Kudos Bank Arena.
Who was better?
It's just I don't know, because they were both fantastic. Kendrick's, I'd say, was a bit more cinematic, like it was really big and grand and everything, and Drake's wasn't as grand, but it was so hype. It was so, and I really loved his stage setup. He sort of had stages at either end, but
Goes
the
around,
walkway
doesn't it?
all
Yeah.
around, so he's constantly involving the whole crowd from everywhere, which is, I think, a really great idea, and he did it really well.
Great idea.
And he's just got so many bangers that, like, he played a lot of his throwbacks, he played a lot of his new stuff. Like, he got through a lot of music. And so, yeah, it was fantastic. He also had, I'm sure people have seen it. It's big enough on TikTok now as well. He's just released a collab album with Party Next Door. And Party Next Door is in Australia at the minute as well. So halfway through, Drake has a little break. Party Next Door comes up, performs a few songs. Then Drake comes back out. They perform a few together, and Drake's back on for the back half. Really, yeah, great concert. Absolutely loved it. Loved the dancing. Loved the singing too. He was great both nights. It was fantastic. Couldn't recommend it high enough.
One more thing before questions.
Yep.
Valentine's Day. Completely missed it last week. As in, we missed talking about it.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Well, nothing. My girlfriend wasn't up here yet.
No scent flowers or anything?
Well, I was this is a little bit of a story though as well. Actually,
I got time.
She was meant to. What ended up happening was she was meant to come up this Monday, like 2 days ago. We'd organised for her to come up, but she was going to surprise me and come up early and come up on Friday. But I sort of accidentally ruined the surprise because I was sort of just asking stuff. Like, I was asking questions and she wasn't really giving me straight answers. So I was like, what are you talking?
What's
So
happening?
I kept probing, and she ended up folding and telling me, and I was like, oh, great. She then missed her flight on the Friday, so had to rebook it. She flew up Saturday morning, and she was quite upset. So that's why I was organising stuff to do for her on Friday, but then I found out
So it's her fault.
No, okay. That's not what I said. I found out she was going to come up, so I was like, all right, scrap those plans. I'll wait till she's here. I'll have stuff ready to go. And then she wasn't even here. So it ended up Valentine's Day I spent by myself.
Oh, sometimes that's nice.
No, it is nice. There's nothing absolutely wrong. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
That's what I did.
Yeah. Yeah, you know.
Same thing.
No, but it was, so it ended up being a bit all over the place, but we made up for it Saturday, which was lovely. And then, yeah, she's up here till she's leaving tomorrow.
Oh, she's still
tomorrow
here?
night. Yeah.
Oh, great stint.
She's been up for about a week, which has been really nice.
Love that.
So it has been nice to see her, and I suppose celebrate a Valentine's week, you could say.
Oh, that's more romantic.
Yeah, exactly. It's the way that I like to look at things, you know.
Who knew you had it in you, hey?
Well, I think most people saw I had that side of me, you know. Just got to find the right person, that's all.
You do.
How's that going, by the way? That's probably a low blow. With
Yeah,
Valentine's just
I thought we were doing
Valentine's Day
pretty
just
well.
passing too.
We're 23 minutes in, haven't really had any hostility, and you just bring that energy.
That's not hostile.
That was hostile.
That's not hostile.
How's that going for you?
No, it's not hostile. It's not at you. It's just a little subtle.
That was at
you know.
me.
I don't know if it's
That was at me. My Valentine's Day was great.
What'd you do?
Not much. I worked, and then I went to the shops to get my dinner. Just some groceries. Don't mind a Friday grocery shop because no one else is there.
Yep.
But I went in, and then, you know those, like, on Valentine's Day, especially around, there's heaps of those, like, little flower stores.
Yeah.
And I live with 3 girls, all of whom are single. I was like, you know what?
You didn't.
I did.
You
I said,
sweetheart.
I said, I'm going to get them a rose each. Went up to the lake.
Just one. Oh, I'm kidding.
Wait, because I was like, I'll get them a rose each. I'm like, housemate of the year.
Yeah.
Go up.
That's like the ultimate brownie points.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even have to pay rent. They'll cover me.
Yeah, you sent it to them and you said,
Yeah.
by the way, this
By the
means
way,
rent.
right?
Yeah,
well, turns out roses are expensive.
Right. One rose is expensive.
$10
Really?
for a rose. I'm
For
thinking
one
$2.
rose. Well, good bouquets of like lilies
Yeah,
are
fair
like
enough if it's
$40.
a bouquet.
No, but I'm saying they're $40. So
Yeah,
you're
and they
telling
look
me,
amazing and they last
yeah.
forever.
So you're telling me that one rose is worth $10? I don't think it adds up.
I didn't think it added up either. It was Valentine's tax.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of blokes walking around getting some
Yeah,
last
yeah.
minute flowers.
Yeah. Getting it
And I
done.
was getting 3, so people knew I was, I was splurging.
Yeah, wow. People might have thought you were running a weird sort of setup though.
3 dates tonight.
Yeah, 3 individual roses.
Yeah, well, but speaking, you know what? I'm gonna keep pumping myself up.
Yeah. Oh,
Do you know what else
that's
I
not
did?
like you.
Do you know what else I did?
What'd you do?
Not for Valentine's Day. This is separate. So my lovely boss, Emma
Yep.
German.
Yep.
I don't know if
Lovely
Emma
woman.
listens to this actually.
I think she might.
I think she's
She's
behind
certainly-
though, so she'll probably listen to this in a couple of weeks.
I've heard her
just to make sure
I've
we're
seen
not
her
getting
comment.
ourselves into
What'd she
trouble.
comment on? Our Christmas special, she definitely commented on because she didn't like that I was saying dressing pets up is not on. I saw she was not a fan of that.
So
Emma was at Drake the other night as well, by the way.
Yeah.
She loved it.
that might have been my inside source.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm a good dancer. Right,
Yeah.
there you go. Fantastic.
2 shout outs for Emma. But it was her birthday on Friday.
Happy birthday.
Friday? Late last week.
Happy birthday, Emma.
And on Monday, we were like, we'll do a media team, like coffee and cake. And Laura in the media team was like, Jacob, you're on cake duty. Normally, I'm going to Woolies and getting one of those nice little mud cakes.
You baked one.
I baked a cake.
Oh, my God.
But,
it was terrible.
no, first of all, it's hard. Well, up to it. That's not for me to say. I baked it in the, E. I baked an E. An E
Yep.
for Emma. Really hard baking. Really hard.
Is it?
I struggled.
I made bread last night. Sorry, that's just a random aside. I made
No, let's discuss that. What do you mean you made bread? In one of those big box things?
no. I made pita bread. I made a bunch of pittas because we have like one of my
you do
go-to
that?
meals in the house is souvlaki's. I
Lovely.
make the skewers, like the marinated lamb with
Chicken
zucchini.
Tzatziki sauce.
We go so tzatziki hummus, and then there's like a cucumber and mint salad, delicious. This is a recipe from my mum. Then on the skewers is the marinated lamb, capsicums, onions, zucchini, halloumi, and tomato. Grill it on the barbecue, charcoal up nicely, and then I made the homemade pittas as well. So normally you can either just go and buy them, or the last few times, Joanna, Jake's girlfriend, who we also live with, made homemade ones. And when Mum makes them, she makes a homemade bread. And I had my first go at this yesterday. You can ask Joanna. Hopefully she comments if we clip maybe we don't
could clip the
this.
bread part.
Yeah, there's a few other things I might want to clip. There's been a lot of clip-worthy stuff so
Views
far.
might go
on this.
down if we're talking about bread, but we'll see how we go.
No, Joanna thought it was fantastic quality. It was really good. I was actually really proud of myself how it came out.
I'm proud of you. That's
It
pretty
came
cool.
out cool. Yeah, the pit is so.
Can you bring some in next week to try?
Yeah, I'm not
You have
sure
to
how they
make
go
more.
as well the day after. They might have to be
Or
heated up
you
in
have
the
to have it
oven.
fresh.
Well, obviously just far better when they're fresh. They were still good heated up afterwards, but yeah.
I'll bring in some cake. You bring in some bread.
Sure. It went really. I've also hijacked your story, by the way, and made it about myself, which
but
is
so fair.
yeah. It's well, we're gonna get back to your story, but anyway, yeah, I made pita bread
Thanks,
last
Dad.
night. It was fantastic, and I was really
knew?
proud of myself.
Who knew
I
that-
did. Well, the thing is, I didn't.
How good are we in the kitchen?
There you go.
Wow.
By
It's
the way,
just-
this guy's still on available Valentine for those.
I make
people out
cakes.
there. Yeah.
No, but really hard. I don't know if how.
Really?
Look, I don't know if I can show you a photo or not. And this, I might have to clip it up.
Yeah, pop this up in the YouTube video.
So
for
I'll
our
show you.
fantastic
This is
viewers
my
on YouTube.
first draft.
Yeah.
Struggling, right?
Pretty bulky back of the E.
Yeah. That's so. Again, live with 3 girls, and they're like,
Pretty
keep
bulky
trying,
back
yeah.
of the E.
This was the final result, though.
Yeah, that's good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
All right, I'll put that up
Yeah.
so we can both cook.
Yeah, sure.
Nice. All right, questions. Ready?
Yep, let's do it.
Okay. Let's go. Is Tom going to be the new social media guinea pig now he's been sidelined?
No, I am already utilised too much by this media team. That is true. Anytime you need a cheap gag, it's just Tom. What can we find of Tom?
That's not you being utilised, though.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Being utilised against my will.
No, I think they mean you being in the media, not
Utilised.
the media. Utilised would be Cooper. We
Is this not utilising me now?
don't act like you didn't call me with your own ideas yesterday, being real passionate.
Anyway, short answer, no, I will not be the immediate guinea pig. We're still, well, we didn't end up, actually, sorry, we did find that out. And big news, that media guinea pig,
You can say it, I reckon.
I can say it.
I reckon.
Our first guest of the year is going to be the actual media guinea pig himself. I think Cooper Hamilton is going to be on the podcast next week. So listen out for that. That'll be a really exciting episode to have him on.
Confirmed.
Yeah. So that will be good. And for that reason, no, I don't need to be the media guinea pig.
Because Cooper is staying.
Exactly.
Well,
What was that?
whenever I read these questions, I go back to that fifth quarter camp experience where we have quite a young demographic.
I saw and hear some, yeah.
Jacob, next question. Jacob, what is your favourite part of being the social media manager for the team? From Lauren. So many things pop into my mind. I think the most important thing, like from an individual perspective, for me is that creative freedom. And I don't think I could go anywhere else now where I wouldn't have that same level of creative freedom. I love being able to try different things and do different things and have the backing of those above me and players as well that buy into what we do and why we do it. And it's quite a unique market as to why we're doing what we're doing. So that's one of my favourite things. My other favourite thing is establishing relationships with people within the club, players, staff, and making people laugh. I don't think footy should be that serious all the time. So being funny all the time or most of the time, taking the piss out of Tom or having some fun with Cooper, which I know we've announced that Cooper's here next week. There could be another little piece of content to do with the opening round coming.
Could be, yeah.
That kind of creative freedom, my favourite part for sure. Great,
and I'd
great
say
question.
quick shout out to the club and those above you, as you said, for
backing me in.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
And shout out to
obviously,
the media team in general because they do an amazing job.
yeah, they do.
It's not just me.
Yeah, you're right. It is everyone in the media team does an absolutely fantastic job. But yeah, I think just the club even just giving you, as you said, that freedom, but trusting your judgment. And yeah, maybe you'll miss every now and then, but for the most part, you absolutely nail it. Well,
When have I missed? Yeah, that's right.
nah,
Have I? Or are you trying to think of something you can't say?
Yeah, potentially.
Oh, off it. Riley wants to know what is your biggest fear?
Oh, I don't know. Like, that's not me. No, that's not for me trying to say I'm particularly fearless, but like, I don't have a phobia of snakes or anything like that. I'm not really scared of heights. Like,
Mine would be heights.
but like, yeah, I'm just not really that scared of that. I'm not scared of, some people don't like swimming in the ocean either. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of
You
that
into
stuff.
like abseiling, bungee jumping, skydiving?
I've never been skydiving or bungee jumping, but like I've done abseiling and rappelling
Would you
and stuff.
skydive?
Yeah, I think I would, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not particularly scared by
I
that.
would never.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. Like, I don't really have a fear like that jumps
Like a
out.
phobia.
Nah.
That's good. We'll get to Song of the Week. There's a few requests for that.
Yep.
Favorite NFL team?
Well-
Shout out to Tory Taylor for coming in today from the Chicago Bears.
Yep. Big shout out. Big shout out to Tory. I think I've got a little bit of a soft spot for the Cleveland Browns because my cousins lived there for 10 years. So they saw a bit of their games, but they're sort of New York Giants fans. So I follow the Giants a little bit, and they're both horrible teams. The Browns and the Giants both stink. So that sucks a little bit, but I do follow the NFL. Not as close to the NBA, but still pretty closely. Do I enjoy?
There's a few requests for Jack Buckley to return to the pod.
Yeah, he'll come back. We'll get Bucks on very, very soon. Bucks is a fantastic guest. He was good last time, and he'll be really good again. I think we need to get Binger on at some point as well, too. People love the Binger episode.
Oh,
Yeah.
yep. Big fan of that. We'll go one more question.
Yep.
Also, did you know that post for you when you got injured that we did the other day? Was that... did you know that clip was from a Taylor Swift concert?
Yep.
Yep.
Outside a core stadium as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I did know that. Some Swifties caught onto that as
Yeah,
well.
they did. Which was funny because you love Taylor Swift. All right, last question. Ahead of community camp in Canberra, what's your favourite place to hang out in Canberra for all those travelling next week?
My favourite place to hang out?
Just do one that we can all hang out. Don't say like your home.
No, I wasn't going to. What I am going to say is
Cop that, Mel.
Intra in Campbell.
Coffee.
Yeah, the Intra Coffee there, the cafe there at Campbell. I think they also have one on Lonsdale Street now, which I think might
they've
be
got
more of
two
a
now,
wine bar. The boys at Intra are fantastic. They are really, really good. Like, their coffee's fantastic. They do
So good.
unique but really yum food too. I haven't been to the one on Lonsdale. I really want to give it a try. I've been to that one in Campbell a fair few times. It's my go-to coffee spot. Great place to hang out. Great vibe. I love the decor, like the interior design of the place as well. It's just like relaxing. It's sleek. It's nice. They're fantastic people there as well. So massive shout out to Intra. That's probably my favourite place to hang out. And I'll be giving that Lonsdale Street.
A serious run.
Yeah, I'll be giving that a test run soon. I couldn't recommend to people high enough. Go and give them a try.
I'd agree.
Right, let's do Song of the Week.
Song of the week, ready?
Yep.
What have you got?
All right, this week I've got, it's called Zambezi. It's like the Zambezi River in Africa. It's Zambezi by Action Bronson and features Rock Marciano. It's just really cool. It's got a bit of a unique beat. It's a rap song, but it's not like, I don't know, it's not rap. It's kind of like, it's a really nice produced song. Not, I wouldn't say pop, but it's also got like a really cool guitar riff in the middle. It's a unique beat, really cool, slick. Action Bronson's lyrics and just like flow is really, really nice. So yeah, I'd recommend that, Zambezi by Action Bronson featuring Rock Marciano.
Nice. Mine would be, not that you'll listen, it's country. Gorgeous by Kane Brown. Kane Brown's new album. Love Kane Brown.
Don't know who that is. Yeah, that's not even, like, genuinely, I don't know who that is. Sure.
Do you know any country singers?
Zach Bryan.
Luke Combs?
Yep.
Oh, there's two. It's pretty good. Tom, thoroughly enjoyed this episode.
Yeah.
No real structure, and I kind of liked it.
I think it was better almost.
I also apologies. It's been a busy day, and I haven't done the poll.
Yeah. Now, you know what?
But I get to go at Cooper next week, so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah. You can really just save up and tee off there.
I'm
So
excited for Cooper's chat.
It will be
really
good. No, it'll be fantastic. So people are going to have to tune in again. But thank you very much for listening to this